Alright guys, so this is the challenge conditional probability types of questions. So you can try it if you want, you can pause the video, try this, A and B. So please pause the video, I'm going to go through it now myself. So there are n sweets, 6 of the sweets are orange, the rest of the sweets are yellow. Hannah takes at random a sweet from the bag, she eats the sweets. Hannah then takes at random another sweet from the bag, she eats the sweet. The probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets is 1/3. Show that n squared minus n minus 90 equals 0. We've shown that we only deal with this part right at the end and just see if we can get that answer. Before that, we listen and we try and just deal with what we've got in front of us. So there are n sweets, 6 of them are orange and the rest are yellow. So I would do that, and I would say orange, yellow. So 6 of them are orange out of n, because we know that there's n in the bag. We don't know how many there are, but we know there's 6 orange. The yellow, we know that it'll be out of n again, and whatever it is, it will be 6 away from the total because there's only orange and yellow. So therefore I've got n minus 6 as the numerator here, because whatever the total is, you take away 6 and therefore you're left with the yellow because there's 6 orange. Okay, you then start creating this. Now you're going to see in a minute, I don't actually have to finish this probability tree to answer the question. If I take one sweet and eat it, 6 orange sweets, if I eat one, I've now got 5. So I've got 5 orange sweets. If I take one away, remember, that means there's 1 less than there was. So 1 less than n would be written as n minus 1. Now, I could end up doing this, this, and this. I could, algebraically, that's fine. But look at what the question's saying. The probability that Hannah eats 2 orange sweets is 1/3. All I therefore need to do is what I've done, because I've got the probability of 1 orange sweet and then the other one. Now, you know, because it tells you that when you multiply these 2 answers together, you should get 1/3. So let's just write down what that is, what that looks like. 6 over n times by 5 over n minus 1. And they've told us that needs to equal 1/3. Because that times that probability of eating 2 orange will be 1/3. So 6 times 5 is 30. N times n minus 1. Well, bracket it. So n minus 1, n squared minus n. So n squared minus n. And that equals 1/3. Right, I now want to get everything so that they're all numerators so that I can deal with it properly. So n squared minus n, cross multiply to get to there. So it becomes 30 equals 1 times that. We'll just keep it as n squared minus n over 3. And then I want to obviously multiply the 3 over to 30. So that becomes 90 equals n squared minus n. I then rearrange it a little bit, and that will nicely get me the answer I'm after by minusing 90 on both sides. So therefore n squared minus n minus 90 equals 0. Final answer. Okay, so that's part A. So that hopefully should be fine for us. This one, you don't actually have to have got any of that right to be able to get this answer right. Solve n squared minus n minus 90 equals 0, find the value of n. All they're literally asking there is can you factorise it and then solve it. That's it. So therefore, I would look at that and say, well, can I factorise it? Yes, I can, because you know that 10 times 9 is 90. So then which one's got to be negative? Well, it's got to be n minus 10, n plus 9, because that equals negative 1, and that multiplied together equals negative 90. That equals 0. N minus 10 equals 0. N plus 9 equals 0. So add 10, n equals 10. And then minus 9, n equals negative 9. You obviously can't have negative 9 number of sweets, so the answer must be n equals 10, final answer. Okay, so there's other questions like this, require you to use a bit of algebra that you might want to deal with. Okay, best of luck.